Hey guys, what's going on? If you're not living under the rock, you already know that there's some crazy bullish news that hit the market earlier this morning. And I'm just getting a chance to record a podcast on this. And I'm here to tell you that this is actually highly bearish. So I'm going to break down the specifics in the next 5-10 minutes. So first, understand this. Trump delivers on his promise of the crypto reserve. But initially, everybody thinks, okay, it's just going to be Bitcoin, right? So not only does he deliver and says, okay, well, for sure, a Bitcoin is going to be in the reserve, but he does something today that nobody saw coming. He says, well, look, while I'm at it, I might as well just fucking add altcoins to it. And he names a few of them, specifically like Solana and Cardano and XRP. So that's how we start the morning today, and all of these things begin to pump. Now, in the initial statement on Truth Social, he didn't mention anything about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I have my own idea why that wasn't the focus, and I think the main reason for that is he launched his own crypto coin on the Solana network. So the main goal here is to pump his coin, which, by the way, for those of you that don't know, initially shot up close to $100 and recently traded as low as $9-10. So before this announcement, his meme coin trades at like $13, and at the time I'm recording this, it's like at 17. So it did produce a small pump. Now you'd think it produced a way bigger pump, and within that is the bearishness itself. So basically, point number one is you get insane fucking news that the entire crypto market expected to be the news that is the greatest catalyst of all fucking times, that would push crypto to the motherfucking moon and Mars and beyond. And, that's the kind of news that anyone involved in crypto expected now since, January 20th. And everyone was expecting it in the first few days. It didn't happen. Everybody stayed patient. So it just finally happens. But in a desperate kind of move, I would say, because I guess the next biggest bullish thing for crypto would have been this upcoming Friday on March the 7th. There is supposedly an official crypto summit they call it the first White House Crypto Summit. So at that summit, he could have actually announced what he did announce today. Now, I think what truly happened here is he was staring at his meme coin dropping every fucking day from like $90+ to $9. And he could not fucking take it anymore. So he goes on Truth Social and he's like, fuck it, let me pump it. Let me pump this damn thing, man. I can't do this shit no more. So he doesn't initially post anything about Bitcoin or Ethereum. So when the news pops, like initially you see Cardano is up huge, you see Solana is up huge, you see XRP is up huge, but Bitcoin is up only like a couple thousand points. So we'll compare the percentage of the moves in those in Solana and Cardano and XRP. They're like up 20, 30, fucking 60%, and Bitcoin and Ethereum are not moving. So an hour later, he posts another message and says, well, hey, by the way, to everyone out there, I just want to say, yeah, of course we're going to like include Bitcoin and Ethereum in that. And so that's when Bitcoin and Ethereum pump beyond the level, which I pointed out in the last video. It would have been a good idea to start entering the short. But the great craziness here is the fact that despite, this is like colossal news, right? Nobody saw this coming. So it's just like a company announcing an earnings report, right? That everybody's expecting good things, but like they completely blow out the fucking quarter. They over deliver. They maybe beat on the revenues, doubled what anybody expected. They beat on earnings like 5 times more than anybody expected. They give you a forward-looking guidance, basically saying, hey, we'll do whatever the fucking bin. We'll include, man, before you know, we'll fucking include. I mean, the way this shit came out, it almost sounds like before you know, they're gonna be including meme coins in the United States crypto reserve. I mean, this is some wild shit. So, but get this, despite of all this insane bullishness that appears initially to be bullish, right? When you get this news, you're like, oh my God, fuck, I gotta buy. I mean, we're still way off the fucking highs. Okay, Bitcoin is nowhere close. Okay, at the time I'm recording, it's at 94. And we're way off the 108 high. Ethereum is like 50% under the highs. We got Solana that's like, at 160. The recent high was 280. Shit, it's still 50% under. So what the point I'm trying to make, in even the one that, that I've, totally worthless is fucking XRP. Now, there's a gazillion people that will disagree, and now you got this catalyst. XRP actually did good, but it's still not at all-time highs. So basically, the point number one is, despite of what appears initially to be such bullish fucking news, right, we're not even at the recent highs, which at the time we were trading at the recent highs, before the 30% drop off in Bitcoin, before the 45% drop off in Ethereum and so on, before all these things took place, we're trading at all-time highs because of the expectation of this announcement, this executive order that he signed today. So now that we have that, the most bullish catalyst that everybody was waiting for, we're still nowhere near the fucking levels. And that was the very thing why we were trading at those levels. So now the cat is out of the bag. And yes, we're getting what appears to be a bullish move at first, but this ain't fucking bullish. And let me tell you why this is not bullish. Okay? Now, of course, you're looking at the green candle and all that stuff. But the reason why this is not bullish, because now the United States crypto reserve is like a fucking joke, So I think a lot of people are going to start questioning like the validity of this. Okay, one thing is to focus and add Bitcoin to the crypto reserve, which is, of course, Bitcoin is decentralized. But when you start adding bullshit crap in there like XRP, that's not decentralized. That's controlled by the fucking bankers. So what are you really saying? Solana is not decentralized. Okay? You're going to add basically bullshit to the reserve that is controlled by just a handful of people. The whole idea of crypto is to make things transparent, not to put the whole control of the monetary and banking system in the hands of just a few fucking rich motherfuckers. Okay, that's the opposite of what the idea of crypto stands for. But now everybody's welcoming these bullshit of these garbage coins put in the U.S. reserve. I think this is the biggest fucking joke that is highly bearish. So, just imagine this. Okay, in the last few years, there was a moment where Solana traded at 250. Now, shortly after that, there was a moment when Solana drops to $5. So imagine, what kind of country in the right state of fucking mind would add a centralized... Okay, one thing is adding Bitcoin to the reserve. It makes fucking sense. But another thing is to add some garbage, okay, that at one point trades at $250, and the next thing when you fucking blink, it trades at $5. And imagine you add that, what some of you call an asset, right? You'd add it to the United States reserve at a value of $250. And then you would leave it there. And then say, some economic hardship comes, you'll be like, man, well, instead of selling gold, why don't we sell some of our solana? But sir, did you look at the chart of solana? And he'd be like, no, I haven't looked at that. I've been looking at, my Trump coin, and that's doing good. It's, the point is, they would have to liquidate Solana at $5. They put it in the reserve at $250, but when times get hard and they need to sell some of those reserves, right? They're selling it at $5. What kind of shit? Why would you put garbage like that in the fucking reserve? Okay? So, not to say that Bitcoin cannot drop 50% or 60%, but I think the probability of Bitcoin dropping fucking 95% is pretty outlandish, okay? As bearish as I am with stagflation and U.S. economy and guys, I mean, the GDP numbers now, it's a consensus. They were telling about the greatness of U.S. consumer and how things are looking so good and how the economy is fucking strong. That story is unraveling at the speed of light. The next quarter GDP could be negative. So all these bullshit, about how solid the economy is that normally would be supportive of all the technology prices, all the stock prices, and like all of that, man, we're in a super bubble of all fucking bubbles. And you got president himself, like I think he was really serious about the Bitcoin reserve, okay? He wouldn't be launching his meme coin the day before, okay? The day before inauguration, okay? So the fact that he did that and like gazillions of people fucking lost money on his meme coin, okay? He's doing this shit again. He's pumping the market in the face of one of the biggest economic headwinds United States financial system and the market has ever seen. And if they're going to put money in this garbage that has potential to go down by 95%, I mean, by definition, that's not a reserve. That's a fucking trash can. So he went from initially suggesting that, okay, I'm going to focus on getting Bitcoin into the reserve. That shit makes sense. It's decentralized, okay? It has properties that none of these other bullshit altcoins have. But now, okay, imagine the pitch to the Congress. I mean, people got to vote on this shit still. I mean, what are you going to go? So first, the pitch to the Congress would have been, hey, guys, I mean, this is Bitcoin. It's got some really unique properties, just like, why is gold in the fucking reserve? 'Cause it's got very unique qualities that other properties don't have, and it makes sense to have it in the reserve because it has historic precedence of maintaining value, not without drops, but there's not an instance in time where gold fucking dropped by 95%, okay? So basically you have a chance to pitch and pass this whole thing, but now what is the probability now that you're going to go and have Congress vote for this shit, and they're like, well, maybe the deal with Bitcoin, if you packaged it up on the unique properties and it makes sense to have it, it could have went through, okay? But now what you're really doing is you're like, hey, we got basically, Bitcoin, and we're going to wrap it in a bunch of garbage, and I want you guys to take a vote on that. Yeah, by the way, some of these things that we believe should be in the reserve, they have a history of dropping 95% and technically they don't have any fucking value. They are centralized, but it's clearly who's behind it. It's the big fucking banks. It's not a coincidence that those 3 coins were fucking picked. They probably paid the administration some big fucking fees, or I'm speculating on this clearly, but the point is, like, why would you pick those? Like, you could have picked some other ones, probably a little better, but anyway, basically, now Congress and Senate have to approve this thing that's like, it's the same thing as like sending them a proposal, say, hey, why don't we approve some garbage to be a part of the reserve? Oh, yeah, fuck, let's do it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, him first launching his meme coin, instead of focusing on getting some done, it's like really, And I think his intention is not, like, that's why he didn't send the message initially about Bitcoin, okay? He sent the message first about XRP and Solana because he's got personally vested interest. Some bankers paid him some high-ass fees to get XRP included in this shit. And then he's got personally vested interest because his meme coin is in the Solana chain. So if Solana goes high, then he personally gets rewarded for that shit. Okay, so basically, in the way the post came out today, it gives me a very clear picture that Trump himself probably does not own much Bitcoin, okay? But he has a vested interest in pushing these trash altcoins, which clearly don't have the properties of Bitcoin. So now this idea of a U.S. reserve becomes like, it's garbage. It's a joke. It's like, as somebody if we're on pace to do some serious, to do some good, and now like it becomes the fucking joke. So that's why I think this is highly bearish for the crypto, because if anybody understands that, like that hurts the idea of the reserve and getting it done and making it a serious thing. What do you think? Let's say I'm wrong and everything goes through and they begin buying Solana, they begin buying XRP, they begin buying all this trash, okay? And, financial system will crash. As a matter of fact, there's like a 99% probability that by the end of the year, the markets are going to be down by 50 fucking plus percent. So, and I'm not sure if it's a coincidence. We're in March right now, and the biggest bubble up to this date was the bubble in the technology stocks dating to the 2000-2001 collapse, and the time frame has a perfect match. The bubble in the .com era began popping in March of year 2000. So even you got the historic matchup for this fucking bubble, and you got all the crypto coins are moving up, but if it was that bullish, they should be trading above their fucking highs. And they may still go up a little bit, and maybe people are going to be buying them in expectation of Friday, the first White House summit. But based off, to me, he could have made these announcements on Friday. He didn't have to do it today, on a Sunday. But guess what? After the small bounce we've seen in crypto on Friday, and the small bounce that the market was able to pull off in relation to the sizes of the drops we've seen the market make recently, okay? Like, that is a desperate move to really just put some news in the market that would cause the market to turn around and at least temporarily not go lower. So the bounce that you're looking at today, now that you got all the context of what's really happening, that is a bear bounce. Now, it does not mean we cannot bounce just a little bit more from here, okay? But I think more people are going to come to realization that, man, this is not as bullish as everyone expected. And now the validity of this whole Bitcoin reserve is under a grand question of what is the real goal here, okay? And the way this whole thing unfolded makes me think that the sole goal is just to make fucking money. The primary motivation is not to seriously include one asset that actually has valuable properties, which is Bitcoin, but to just create an opportunity for the big banks to make the fucking money again. And, what's so different about Solana and XRP? And, they're centralized. You can make deal with the fucking people that are on top of those projects. And later, once everybody focuses and buys the shit out of all this, I mean, you can simply say, well, hey, by the way, now we're going to pass a fucking law that, hey, you're only supposed to own these things, and you're not supposed to, fuck around with all the other coins, and these are the only real coins that you could use, beginning, 2027 or something like that. So, I mean, it's easy now to select just 3, okay? They're not even the best ones, and say, well, but why would you do that? Well, because you have a vested interest in fucking doing so. So basically, this puts the whole idea of the Bitcoin reserve in and the real seriousness of the project, and replaces this with personal motivation to make money, probably by collecting some fucking enormous fees from some of these bankers in making deals with those 3 altcoins. Guys, I mean, this is not good. This shit is not good. It cannot be fucking bullish for crypto. It could be bullish short term, okay? But I'll get to this part real quick. I recorded a video yesterday, but somehow the video got processed incorrectly, and when I posted it, I didn't have time to check it. So all you got is just the sound of the video, but what I really was trying to show is some historic charts of Bitcoin and the formation of the candles. And so we're moving on to trading now, but the main point in that video was to highlight the candle formation. And based off the candle formation and the precedent on July 8th, 9th, 10th from 2024, the candle formation did not signify and did not translate into the bottom of the move in Bitcoin. And I said that we're going to get a bounce. Okay, we can get a 1-day bounce followed by a drop. Now, I did not outline the perfect level to enter, okay, because I did not expect any possible bullish news to come out until March 7th. So this clearly has changed the tables a little bit, but the strategy is still the same. I think after this initial bounce, I'm looking at the charts now, and the volume is already down out. And so there's a great probability of a reversal, but we'll probably, like that historic chart that I was showing you, the bigger drop and undercutting the low that was set between July 8th and 10th in 2024 was really undercut by the low that was set on August 4th and 5th. So if you use that historic analog, you would get a value on Bitcoin of about 72,000 in the next 30 days, which I was trying to show you and explain you on the chart. Now, if we go back to the historic analog, 2017, 2018, then within the next 30 days, Bitcoin actually could technically drop all the way to 62,500, which basically makes the current bounce on what appears to be the greatest bullish news for the crypto industry, quote unquote, I would say, is really the most bearish news for the crypto industry. And this could be one of the greatest bounces to short if we fast forward the charts 30 days from now, if we fast forward the charts towards the end of this year. I don't think that any of these coins are going to be trading nowhere, okay, where they're currently trading, despite of all this fucking crazy moment that you're seeing on the charts right now. So, we're not, by no means, we're not fucking buying any of this. I think anybody that's buying them right now has got to be absolutely fucking retarded. You cannot be buying crypto now on the size of these bounce by itself is a bear. It's a fucking bear. So we're still in the mode of everything. Now we got a historic precedence in the tech bubble crash. We began in March 2000. So I think this could be one of the last bounces in crypto and the markets. I don't know where the market's going to open at 6. It's like 5:20 right now as I'm recording this. So Sunday, market's going to open in 40 minutes. And, based on this, I mean, some technology stocks could pop, but I'm not saying this bounce. I don't think the market is going to be able to hold it because underneath of this bullish moment, which a lot of people were ready for because, goddamn, people just, somebody that bought Bitcoin at 100,000, 108,000. I mean, imagine they're watching this shit drop and drop and drop and drop, and now it's at 78,000. And fuck, they're ready to fucking go hang themselves. And here comes Trump, the savior, trying to pump his coin, He went and looked at the chart on fucking Thursday night and be like, God damn, I got to do something about it, man. That shit is, my coin is trading at $9. He probably called all the advisors in the office and be like, guys, I don't like this shit. I got to pump my coin. So they told him, hey, Trump, why don't you think about this, man? Just include Solana in the reserve. And that's going to guarantee your fucking coin's going to go higher. Guys, I don't know if that's actually happening. These are the kind of thoughts that come to my mind. Anyways, I love Trump. Thank you, Trump, for creating these volatile market conditions. Absolutely love these bounces. They're highly fucking shortable, okay? Hallelujah to the short sellers. You get another magnificent fucking opportunity to go at these markets. Short it. Guys, stagflation is not going anywhere. GDP negative number next month. I mean, is the market really going to be able to brush it off? I don't think crypto is going to move higher on negative GDP number. There's so many transitional moving pieces right now. So when you see a bounce like that, think of it as the greatest shorting opportunity of your lifetime. If you want to know exactly which strikes we're shorting, which expirations we're shorting on Bitcoin and Ethereum contracts, guys, go to 13mmtv.com. Do it now. There's some phenomenal trades in the making as we speak. So let's fucking roll. Without any further ado, it's going to be a huge week for trading. Will you make 50x this week? Or will you just hear how other guys did it again with 13 market moves? That's up to you. But if I were you, I'd go to 13mmtv.com, click the big orange button, talk to a coach right fucking now, and be ready to trade at 6 p.m. tonight when the futures are running. Let's roll.